Okay, beautiful. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to our Bliss Ohana Mastermind. My name is Ashley Castro. I am a green diamond here with Purium, and I'm so incredibly honored and privileged to be welcoming you all today and also to introduce everyone to our amazing host of this call. And I actually know for sure that some of you here are brand new and have never had the opportunity to meet her. So I'm really honored to introduce you guys to Sarah Rhinelander. Sarah Rhinelander is just an incredible force of nature. She is an amazing mama of three. She is a fearless leader. She is one of the leading leaders in this entire company. We're truly honored to have her. And she really leads by example, and she's just an incredible powerhouse, an incredible example of the divine feminine standing in their disciplined power and energy, and also love and juiciness. So with all that being said, I'm really excited, Sarah, for what you have in store for us today, and thank you for just bringing your wisdom and magic to us. I'm really honored for every drop of time that I get with you. So just love you so much, and thank you, and excited for this call.
Oh, thanks, Ashley. Oh, thank you so much. And welcome everybody, and to all the brand new faces who I haven't yet had a chance to touch base with personally. Welcome, especially to all of you. This is you brand new people who are here are what's called the leading edge of everything that we're doing. You're the newest, most excited people. You're the leading edge. You're the people who have just come here, who are fired up, who are excited, who are curious about what we're doing. And you're also the people here who have a whole community of people who have probably, many of them, not yet heard about Purium or what we're doing, either from a product level or from a business level. So this is this is almost, we can look at it like an untapped resource. It's like this incredible basin of potential and power and beauty that is coming in, and we're it's almost like potluck, right? We're like each bringing our dishes, and like the brand new people that show up at the potluck, they have their dish and it hasn't even opened yet. Like the lid hasn't been taken off, nobody's scooped into there. And so, you know, I want to appreciate and honor you all for coming here with your gifts, with everything, with your heart, with your passion, with your curiosity, and with your communities. And this is when we were just in Kauai here. Oh, thanks, Rowan. It's my Monday morning bedhead Rowan's complimenting me on. So one of the things that we just did when we were out here in Kauai together, and I want to just make a little plug here for live events, because events are seriously the heartbeat of how we get together, how we do what we do. It's the time that we can all come together and share our breath, share our ha. And in Hawaii, in ancient Hawaiian culture, the breath was what you, like, they would actually breathe nose to nose to share breath, to share life force. And so there's a beautiful power that we can have when we are together on Zooms. Yeah, the Aloha breath, or Honi, it's called. When we're together on Zooms, when we're together through technology, but when we actually come together in the physical, there's something really magical that happens, that we get connected on a deeper level. And so we just had an awesome event in Kauai, a live event, and it was fabulous. It was so powerful. There was 150 people that came out. And Earth Day weekend, if you guys don't already have this on your calendars, I want you all to pull out your calendar, your phone, or your paper calendar, and mark off April 19th through 22nd, I think it is, 19th or 21st, 22nd. And that is going to be a huge slumber party in the teepees at Dave Sandoval, the owner of our company. He has personally invited everybody to come out and have an unconvention, this beautiful festival-style Purium event at his land outside of LA. So if you don't already have tickets for that, please look into that, because I'm going to be there. I just bought my plane tickets, and I'm bringing my whole family. Children are more than welcome. It's a real village experience, and it's very, very, very powerful for us to all be together in that way. So that being said, one of what I wanted to bring in here just really briefly was an exercise, or not, it was more like a ceremony that we did during the Kauai event, where Dave Sandoval stood on stage and he said, he shared kind of this experience that he'd had in Japan of being called up on stage and said, "This is the brightest man that I've ever met. He was introduced in this way, and he's like, wow, I wonder who's going to come on stage. I'm so excited and interested to see who's this bright man. And then they called him up, and he said, you only think I'm bright because the amount of darkness that there is in the world. And when there's complete darkness, you can see the light of one candle from miles and miles away, right? And then what he did is what we reenacted in Kauai was this kind of image that he brought forth, which is that if I'm standing on stage and I have one candle, and there's an auditorium full of people, there's 500 people or 1,000 people or 20,000 people who are standing there all with their candles that are not yet lit. If I go around and I try to light every single candle in that room, my light will burn out, my candle will burn out before I get to the front row. But if I light one candle, if I light 3 candles, and each one of those people lights 3 candles, and they light and they continue to light, that whole room can be lit in minutes. And that's what we actually did in Kauai, was we all had unlit candles. Dave came around, he lit a few candles, and within minutes there was 150 candles lit. And that is really what I want to talk about today, is this idea of how do we light the candles of the people that we love? How do we reach people in this way so that they can receive what we're sharing with them, right? We're not going to go out there with a blowtorch and be like, okay, candles, right? And try to and we're not going to be like, oh, I'm too nervous to strike my match. Oh, I don't know, what if I burn them? What if they don't like my candle? What if they like having their candle unlit? I'm nervous, right? So there's this place that we can come into alignment with what we have. We can come into this place of potency. If somebody says, no, I really don't want my candle to be lit right now, maybe they have a reason, maybe they're just not understanding, then that's fine. We allow people to be where they are, and we also are offering a beautiful, incredible gift. And so I want to bring in kind of a little bit around how we share, what we share, and a couple of tools that we have coming up here. But first, I want to go through just a few little announcements. First of all, you guys, the $99 launch pack special. They gave us 500 packs. If we go through those 500 packs by the corporate call on Tuesday, tomorrow night, then we will get another $599 launch packs. If we don't, then the price is going to go back up. Okay, so this is kind of the stage is set. We have within the whole company, I think we've gone through close to 300. So a little bit over, almost 300. So we have a little bit over 200 launch packs to share in the next little bit less than 2 days. So let me just get a sense of, who is committed to seeing this happen? If you're committed to making sure that we get another $599 launch packs, type something of the affirmative nature, whatever you're feeling. I'm seeing a me, I'm seeing some capital yeses, exclamation points. Okay, perfect. So affirmative, woo! Affirmative nature. That's right, baby. Okay, so the launch packs, great, everyone's on board. I haven't seen any no's yet, so I'll take that as a universal yes. Okay, perfect. So we have a couple things that I want to share with you guys. First of all, there's really 2 ways to share what we're doing. There's kind of these 2 paths, right? We have the customer path and we have the brand partner path. We've been spending a lot of time in the customer path for the past few months. We are now pretty much fully landed in sharing the brand partner path. So for the launch pack special, we are leading with the business. Dun, 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 dun. That's my favorite place to come from. Right? Does anybody, just type in the comments if you feel like you're more comfortable leading with the products or with the business. Just let me see. Some people feel like it's easier for them to talk about health, how are you feeling in your body, maybe health practitioners, and some people, okay, so it looks like about even. I'm personally leading with the mission. Awesome, Nova. Yep, depending on the person. Perfect, equally. Okay, Awesome. The mission. The mission is also, for me, the mission is kind of like leading with the business. That's where leading with our why, leading with the community, leading with all these things. So there's the product side, which is, it can be pretty easy to share about, but we're going to be talking about how do we really talk to people about what else is happening besides just here's my gift card and Superfood Superstore, right? What else is underlying all of this that we're doing? The mission, the community, the business, you know, the why, our personal whys and our larger whys, which is kind of like the mission. So first of all, I want to direct all of you guys to an app, a link, which is brand new thanks to Skylar and Rob and Raven. They created this little web app that is a really awesome business prospecting business. It comes with the mission a little bit, like it's an awesome little app. It's a little link that you guys can send to people to get them, like if you have someone who's interested in what you're doing, you can send them that and they'll be able to get a nice presentation that's really clean and tight. The other tool that we use primarily is Shift to Wealth, which is our business prospecting page. And that page does have all of the personal stories. It's got a lot of business information. It has the comp plan. It's got tons of information. It's just a little bit more dense in there so that people can get a lot more information, but there's kind of more to seek, to like look through. But the Purium Rising link is brand new and it's also really awesome. And so from here, I want to direct you guys really quickly before we get into the kind of more talking about leading with the business, has everybody checked out the pinned post in Bliss Ohana? Because I redid that pinned post thanks to Gnome. Gnome helped me with that. We kind of collaboratively did that. But there's a brand new pinned post in Bliss. It used to just have the information on the mastermind in there. And now it has like basically like a getting started guide for new builders. So type a Y if you've seen that. And then what I want you guys to, okay, good, Tal, I'm glad you're liking that. So what I want you guys to do is take that text and copy it and put it into a note in your phone, the note app. Put that into a note app in your phone so that you have it all, so that when you have somebody who joins you, you can tag them on that post, but you can also actually send them the text of that post, either in an email or in a text message or a Facebook Messenger or something, so that they can like really kind of just, you can walk them through it. You can say, here's like a really good idea. It usually should probably take someone, it could take someone up to like a couple weeks to get through that whole all the information there, but I'm glad that we have it now finally like all condensed into one spot. So that's phase one for brand new people. So if you're brand new and you're on this call, actually, let me see how many people are on this call who are new. If you've never shared a gift card, if you haven't shared a gift card yet, or you got started with a $99 pack, type a 1. Yay! Welcome, you guys. Oh my gosh. Sweet. This is so great. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. This makes me feel so happy. So what we are, Megan, congratulations, just got started and you shared 2 gift cards. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to all join me in, especially the new people. But everybody who's on the call, I want you all to join me in a commitment to share 2 launch packs, 2 of the $99 launch packs by tomorrow. Anybody committed to that? Oh my gosh, Selena, Soul, yay. Okay, yes. All right, I'm seeing some yeses. 2 by Tuesday, 2 by Tuesday, hashtag 2 by Tuesday. Okay, Sky says sure. Great. All right, so here's how we're gonna do it, you guys. Today, in 2 hours, we are having the first of most likely many weekly business opportunity meetings. It's called Passion, Prosperity, and Purpose. Can someone put the link in here for me? If anyone has a link to that event. And this is an opportunity for us to direct people who are interested. There we go. There's the link. So copy that link if you don't already have it. This is our opportunity to direct people to a live event. And here's the amazing, amazing piece. Okay. Do any of you guys know someone who might want to have a launch pack and a Core 4 for free? If you have somebody, if you can think of, okay, McKenna's saying yes. All right. So here's what I want you guys to do. I'm telling you right now, I'm letting you know, we are giving away a launch pack and a Core 4 together for free. Okay, Jelana, I'm going to come back to that. So what I want you guys to do right now, as I'm saying that you're going to have, you have the ability to potentially have one of your people win a free launch pack plus a Core 4, is write down, just pause what you're doing and allow 3 or 4 people's names to come to you. Okay? The link is there. So as we're sitting here all together, I want you all to just pause completely, let go of any of your own ideas, let go of any of your own, mind chatter or seeking, and just allow some people who you know to come to you, to come into your vision. Okay, I see McKenna's got some. And they may be people that you've already shared with, or they may be people who you haven't shared with yet. And I want you to write down their names. So everyone just take a minute right now to write down 5 names. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to respond to Jelana here. And so this is the protocol around inviting people to the event, is that we don't actually invite people, like just add their names to the event, because what she's saying is it won't let her invite anyone else. And that's because if you spam invite, like what Facebook would consider to be spam inviting, which is like that you add, like that kind of like you send you just like add 100 or 200 people to something at one time, then that actually alerts Facebook to this idea that like you're just what they would consider to be spamming, which of course, Jelana, isn't what your intention is, but Facebook has these different algorithms and they will actually put you in Facebook jail. Dun, 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 Facebook jail. Nobody wants to be in Facebook jail. And what happens is when you get into Facebook jail, there's things that you can't do, like add more people or send links. They do weird things, and they actually will curb your privileges on Facebook if they see you doing like, if you, let's say you added 100 people into a group or 200 people into a group, or, adding people to events, all that kind of thing can alert Facebook. So we don't actually add people to the event ourselves, because number one, it can do that. Facebook can have that response. And number two, because typically they're not going to see it. I never see event invitations. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like there's like 500 events I've been invited to, and I didn't even notice that they were happening because I never got any, because I get so many notifications. So what the way that so now you guys all have, does everybody have a list of 5? If you have a list of 5, just write down 5 in the comments. And okay, great. So now we're going to kind of like go a little bit more in depth with this list. And this is my favorite way to, and especially for everyone who's brand new, this is my favorite way to break down. Okay, that's good. Soulshine got 3. That's perfect. It doesn't have to be 5, but 5 is a great number. So my favorite way to get myself into that space of, okay, I have something incredibly beautiful to give. I have this light to share with somebody. I'm not nervous. I'm not afraid that they're not going to, they have a candle in their hand. I'm going to at least offer to light it for them, right? So the way that I like to work with this personally is to think about, if I had spent, and if I had started this company personally, I would have spent way more than this. But if instead of spending $4.99, or for me it was like $9.99, or now $99, like if instead of spending $99 on this business opportunity, I had actually built this business from the ground up and spent $100,000 or $600,000 on the website, and like millions of dollars on the machinery and the facility, and spending, paying all the people who are working there and paying all of us, right? If I had to hire the web guy, if I had to have the labels made, if I had to do all the formulations and do all of that stuff, right? So if I had to do that, my investment would have been like kind of unimaginable. They've invested over time, over 30 years, probably, I don't know how many millions of dollars into Purium. But the way that I like to think about it is, if I had invested $500,000, for me, that's kind of like a number that I can wrap my brain around, right? It's like kind of like buying a house, right? If I had gotten a loan and started Purium and invested $500,000 into this business, who are the people that I would reach out to, that I would want to hire to work with me? Okay, now we're not talking about actually hiring people to work at Purium. We're not doing that. But it's a lens, it's a mindset. It's like a slight shift of perspective, rather than thinking, who can I get to like spend, who can I get to work with me? And like, who can I like, maybe sometimes we think like, who can I convince, or who can I like, right? We can sometimes, especially at the beginning, it can feel a little bit like, how do I talk about this? And like, are people going to want to know? So if we put ourselves in this position of, I have an incredible, incredible opportunity, and I'm going to hire some of my friends for 6 figures a year to work this with me, right? So who are the people that you guys are thinking? Who are the people that are coming into mind when I start to talk about it like this, right? Does it change for you? Is anybody having like some different people popping into their minds? Okay, Sylvia's nodding. I can only see like a few of you here because I'm on speaker view. Just type a yes in the comments if this is starting to shift how you're thinking about your people. Okay, great. Yeah, so if we're going out there kind of like on the defensive, like, like even just our inner posture, and we're like, well, we're going for the people who we think are going to say yes, the people who are easiest, the people who are, maybe we know they need money, or like that they're like just our, we're kind of staying in this small centric, like tight view. 2 people who don't have Facebook. People, yeah, top of your chicken list, right? I just enrolled someone who was the top of my chicken list at the Healthy Happy Hour over here in Kauai. She has 200,000 followers on Instagram. I'm still working on getting her to the masterminds, but we can do it. And it's all about dripping. It's all about sharing. It's all about having this inner posture of like, and I'm going to give you guys just a little perspective here of my personal life. Okay. You guys can take this in. I went to Cornell University, and my college education, luckily my parents supported me to do that, but my college education probably would cost, well over $100,000 of an investment. Does anybody have student loans? Type a yes if you have student loans. One time I did a post that was like, who has student loans? And it was like one of the most commented on posts that I ever made. It was just like everyone was just bitching about their student loans, right? So luckily I didn't have to go get student loans, but this is a huge, huge, huge burden that so many people that we know are carrying right now. So I spent, my college education probably cost upwards of $100,000 a year. And when I graduated from Cornell, I was making $13.50 an hour as a social worker. I was working 60 hours a week to pay my rent in Oahu. I was like burning myself out because I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to help people. I wanted to help change. I was working with youth, at-risk youth, and keeping them out of the prison system. So it was very intense, satisfying, but very poorly paid, right? I was on food stamps. I couldn't support myself. So then I decided that I was going to become a massage therapist. I was like, I can make $100 an hour. I'll be rich. Yahoo! Right? Yeah, this is going to be great. So I went to massage school, and I probably spent another like 30,000, I would say, altogether on all the trainings that I did, which was massage. I did a Rolfing training. I did an advanced Rolfing training, Ayurvedic training, doula training, advanced doula training, blah, 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 blah. So by the time I started with Purium, I was making $150 an hour doing body work. And I was probably making, I mean, as a mom of three, I was, I had 10x'd my income, and I had divided by 3 my investment. You guys are seeing how this is working right here. So I invested less, and I was making more because I was working for myself, right? And still I was there as a practitioner going, okay, this is not going to swing it. I had this vision of myself, like when I was, I was like, okay, my husband and I, we did a whole videography company for him. I was like, we made our own businesses. We did it. We're living the American dream. Like, he's not doing construction anymore. I'm not a social worker anymore. We're doing it. And then I had this like slap upside the face one day when I realized I'm going to be doing it like this until I'm 80 years old. And this is me without student loans, right? So all the people who are out there who have student loans, who are in serious debt, who invested hugely to pay to be able to follow their dreams and live their passion on some level and make an income doing that, are not able to actually support themselves. Or if they are, they're doing that, and then they're cleaning houses, and then they're waitressing, and they have 10 side hustles, and they get home, and by the time they're home, they're just like, and those gifts that we have, those deeper gifts, those deeper dreams, the way that we can go out, and if we didn't have to make money, if we had zero budget, if we never had to make another decision based on if we could afford it or not, that part of ourselves that would be alive is not being fully expressed, right? So this is where I was right before I found Purium, and I was like, yeah, Rowan is exactly. So cleaning and pet sitting, and she's making more money than she would using her degree. And I was making more money as a therapist than I was as a social worker, but I was still not making it. I was still not looking at a future that I had an exit strategy. Zero hope to stop. Anybody else in that kind of space? Or are you or anyone else that you know, like realizing that the dollar per hour economy is wah, wah, wah. It's like the great delusion. Okay, that's why she's here, boo. All right. So this is the conversation. You guys don't have to like go up to your prospects or your people or your friends and be like, okay, so let me tell you, do you have student loans? Like you have no exit strategy. If you're working for dollar per hour, like blah, blah, blah. And we don't like come at people and tell them that they're wrong ever. Because if you approach someone with that idea that this person's not doing the right thing, then you are inviting them to dig in deeper into their conviction that they are doing the right thing, right? Angela Mirabella says, I was making lots of money, but sacrificing my family. And that's another huge one. Either mom or dad or both are not at home with the children, raising them because they're out getting, being able to support them financially. So most, if not all of the people that we know are struggling with this very experience that we're talking about right here, which is, and especially for me as a practitioner, this has become something that's really close to my heart, is working with other practitioners who have a desire, who started their business, who started their practice because they wanted to help people, and who are now, in fact, so bogged down or so, they're stuck, basically like become a slave to their practice. And that passion that they had for the work that they were doing has started to fizzle out, or it's just become, it's exactly my story. That's my story as a practitioner. So we have something that is not perfect, it's easy to do and really easy not to do. It's not perfect, but it is a better way than what most people have access to. So the third piece of my story here is that after I had this realization that being this lofty goal of massage therapist rolfer that I had attained was not going to actually get me to that place where I could make a bigger impact with my time and a bigger income. There was a ceiling there. Then I started looking for residual income. And this is a question that you guys can ask. So here's a great question. Do you ever consider bringing in a residual income stream? Or have you ever thought about ways to create residual income? Right? If anyone wants to write down one of those questions. So when we approach people, we ask them questions. We don't come to them and say, oh my gosh, do you know about residual income? You're a chiropractor. You're never going to be able to stop doing that. You need to make residual income so that, right? We start to ask people questions so that we can see. Another one is, do you at all keep your options open for creating a second stream of income? Or a third stream of income, or a fourth stream of income. And sometimes people will tell you, well, I'm too busy for that. I'm so busy. I have no time to add anything. And then, at that point you can tell them, well, this is something that I thought the same thing. And I've actually been working to replace, parts of my income stream with this. Or you can ask them, if you didn't have to worry about money, would you want to keep doing what you're doing right now? Are you committed? And sometimes I'll say it as a joke. I'm like, so are you really committed to, like, I'm looking at Rowan, to cleaning houses? Like, if you didn't have to clean houses anymore, if you had an unlimited budget, would you be okay with letting go of that?
I would be dancing for joy letting go of that.
Perfect. And I always ask because sometimes I'll be talking to someone and they're like, I never want to stop doing what I'm doing. Right? So we never want to assume anything about where somebody is in relationship to what they're doing. And they might change their mind down the line, but it's always like, it's just this curiosity. It's really asking questions and getting the buy-in. It's coming in kind of just humbly with an open space to really learn about this person, and not with this agenda, this idea of like, you just need to start doing Purium and like all your worries will be done. And, because someone has to really be committed to what we're doing in order to make this work for them. It's not just this get rich quick thing where it's like, let's buy this $99 thing and you'll be a millionaire, yeah, let's do it. There is, it's an investment. It is an investment of time and of love. It's not a big investment of money. And so what happened for me is 3 years ago, I purchased a package, which ended up, similar to the launch pack now. We didn't have unlimited cards then. I spent just about $1,000 on that to get the products and the gift cards to share. And within about 6 months, I was able to stop doing body work. I had my third baby just a little bit before I got started. So I was happy to stop doing body work. I had been doing that for 12 years. I wasn't resisting that. I was surprised. It did happen pretty quickly. And then within, let's see, like a year and a half, I was definitely over 6 figures a year. And at this point now, I'm making more per month than I did per year as a therapist. I mean, there was years when my husband and I were both working together and we declared we made like half of what we had made in the whole year we got back from our refund. It was like we were living day to day for years and years. And, I'm not here to tell you guys, this is, like I said, this is not something that's necessarily easy. It takes discipline. It takes building belief in yourself. It takes really being able to walk through the fire when things get hard. And I'm also here to tell you that if I can do this, If I can turn my annual income into my monthly income using Purium, there is not a single person on this Zoom who cannot do it. You are all absolutely capable of doing this. And I'm holding you all there. I'm seeing you all there in whatever place that you desire to be. And this is one of the reasons why sharing your why, getting clear on your why you're here, what you want, and then sharing it with your up team so that they can hold that for you, so that we can all hold that for you. Posting your business plans is huge because we can hold you guys in that space of where you want to be, not where I would want to be if I was you, but where exactly you want to be, right? And this is what you can do for your friends, for your community, even before they get started with Purium. You might have an idea. You might see somebody. I mean, Willow was watching me back 3 years ago, running around like, you know, like so depleted physically, so depleted financially. We had to move. We were in stress. We were in panic. I mean, it was hard. It was crazy times. And she just kept sharing with me. And I was like the worst prospect ever. So I want to invite you guys all to just also take this in, that you may find somebody who is like shooting you down. Oh, is that a pyramid scheme? You're in a cult. Oh, you're just like, you just blah, blah, blah. You just posting good pictures of yourself and pretending life is great. Whatever it is, like people are going to have their thing based on their experience and their life and their triggers. But a lot of times, and this is definitely true for me, the hardest prospects, the people who are the most resistant, ends up being the ones who come in and be the biggest leaders. Because resistances can be like, you know, critical thinking, right? Creative thinking, like really taking the time that it takes to analyze and really get clear on things. So if somebody says no to you, does that signal you to run away? Oh, they said no, I'm so embarrassed. This isn't working. I'm giving up. This is horrible. Why did I choose to do this? It's been 3 months and I haven't made money, you know. No. When somebody is, we get to lean into the places that feel the least comfortable in this experience. And that is always where the growth is going to happen. So you can identify in your process, what's the growth edge? You can identify in your process, where are my gifts lying? You can identify in your process, who are the people that are potentially the most powerful people that I can bring in. You guys, Monica, some of you guys are on Monica's team. Monica was one of the first people I was like, Monica, sister, you got to do this with me. This is going to be so awesome. I did like the whole word vomit all over her. I was like, oh my gosh, girl, you're selling eco clothes and Vitamin Mineral Green, and we got to get you on Purium. You can make residual income. And she was just like, I'm not interested. I'm busy. I don't want to do that. Those products look generic. She did her cleanse. She sent back the products. Right? I was devastated. This is the very beginning of my journey. I was like, one of my best friends, my top of my chicken list, maybe not top of my chicken list, but like top of my list of who I wanted to be working with. And she sent back her products and told me that it was, it made her constipated. And people thought that, you know, she looked bloated or whatever. And Lolly's laughing. Monica, I hope I'm not giving TMI right here. But I'm telling you about my experience, which was my belief was like, you know, I was ready to give up right there. I was ready to give up right there. 3 months in when Monica Habig returned her package. So if I had done that and given up, now she's Green Diamond, and look at me, I'm 3-star crown. If I had given up, if I had allowed somebody else's experience to stop me in my own experience, I wouldn't be here, and neither would any of you. Right? So this takes courage. It takes courage. It takes like unwinding patterns that we have been wrapped in and tied up in and bound in for our whole lives about she posted on Facebook. I forgot about that, Christina. She posted on Facebook about how bad it was. Okay, you guys, Monica actually posted on Facebook about how bad Purium was and how she didn't recommend it and it made her whatever, right? And then Christina was like, I knew then I would never do Purium. Okay, so this is, you know, these are the moments of truth in your business. This is the fire that we all get to walk through, and we get to unwind our conditioning that the only thing that matters to us is what other people think. Is anybody ready to let go of that? Of being so like wound and bound and tied up and paralyzed by what other people think about us? OMG, yes. Me too. Help me, you guys. No, just kidding. Let's do it together. We can do it. We can do it. And part of that training, this is like a warrior training in that. It's like, okay, I have my lit candle. You have your candle. It's not lit yet. I'm going to offer you something. So wait, how did she change her mind? Okay. I'll tell you. How did she change her mind? I didn't crumble and fall down in a heap of crying mess on the floor. Well, actually I did, but I got myself back up again. I picked myself back up again. I stayed connected in with the community. I stayed plugged in to my upline. She asked me to write a gratitude list right then and there when I called her crying. She was like, give me 3 things that you're grateful for right now, specific things. And that helped me. And then I just stayed in touch with Monica. I was like that kind of, you know, I was like the little mosquito. Maybe I was more like, you know, a nice mosquito that doesn't bite. But I was buzzing, right? And I just kept giving her love. I kept exposing her. She had kept the products and sent back the bottles empty. So she still had a little bit and she was still using it. And I would talk to her and she's like, well, I still, you know, like Azar really likes the whatever shake, and you know, she had a little bit, and then bye Alex. Aloha, Dr. Alexandra Cope. Thanks for being with us. So I stayed connected to her through the heart. I stayed friends with her. I maintained trust with her. I maintained love with her. I offered to her every once in a while. I would kind of bring it back in. Oh, you know, we're doing this thing, or hey, check out this event, which brings me to this event invitation, right? And this idea of excite, invite, right? So it was like, I just stayed there. I just shared my excitement with her. I wasn't like, you have to do this, Monica, but I just stayed consistent with her. I stayed there with her. And then eventually she was like, well, okay, I guess I'll do it. She got her pack. She reordered her pack. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going like really late here. I've been telling too many stories. She reordered her pack. And then I started getting her to events. And this is really the magical piece that comes after the prospecting, after the enrollment, is the plugging in. And I kept her plugged in. I kept her plugged in. And I kept inviting her to come to the events. She came to 3 live events, the 3rd of which I was giving my crown speech because I had reached crown the night before. We were in Oahu. Monica came. I shared my crown speech. I think she was director. It had been 2 years. She was director. And then within 2 or 3 months after that, she hit diamond. So all of a sudden, she got out of her like, well, maybe if it works for me, or if the universe wants it, or if, you know, if I have like a tidal wave of people, like, you know, or like, I don't know, I'm putting all this energy in, but nobody's nah. And then she like, her perspective was like, she's like, oh my gosh, like my like friend is up there. If she can do it, I can do it. And then she got ignited. Right? But it took a long time. It's okay. If it takes a long time, it's okay. If that prospect that you're talking to says yes in 3 years, if they say no to you for 3 years and then they say yes, they said yes. They could become your next $1 million income earner, right? There's no judgment, and we cannot take it personally what other people's processes are. So that is, I'm going to stop telling stories. I'm going to give you guys I'm going to reshift our focus to this idea of prospecting for this $99 pack special. We have the link to the event. And what I want you guys to do is take that list that you wrote just now. Before you start to reach out to those people, give them love on their Facebook page. I would like to invite every single person on this Zoom every day to give love, to comment on the posts of at least 10 people every single day. If you can do this, 10 new people a day that you're commenting and interacting with them on their Facebook wall, you will begin to build an audience. It doesn't matter how much you're posting or what kind of content it is. If you're only being seen by your upline and your downline on Facebook, your business won't grow. You need to create an audience and create engagement with that audience. So first step, go give some attention, love, Facebook messages, comment on people's stuff. Don't just be a voyeur on Facebook. You will not become an influencer if you're a voyeur. You need to, and I was thinking about this, Erica, I'm seeing you over there. I wanted to give you this personal advice to do this because you have such incredible posts and they're not getting enough engagement, right? So it's an income producing activity to go and give people energy on Facebook, because then you will be seen in their algorithm. You will pop up on their wall. Okay? And then you'll start to get more likes. New people. That's super, super important. Okay, then here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to go out there today so right after this, we have about 1 hour to invite people. Take those 5 people and give them love and then send them a message. Does anybody have the text from the, wait a minute. Okay, Noam's asking me a question about this. So the event is going to be a Facebook Live on the event page. So you have to give people the correct instructions, which is that they have to go, say that they're going. You're going to send them the link in a personal message, okay? It's not going to be the first message that you send them. You're going to send them a, hey, how's it going, right? Have them respond. And then you can say something like, hey, this is a really easy one. I was thinking about you because I found out about this event and I know that you're blank, an amazing networker, an incredible influencer, an awesome healing arts practitioner. Give them some love. I know that you are blank. Big them up. If someone can type this, that'd be awesome. Big them up, like edify them. I was thinking about you. I know that you are XYZ amazing. And then you're going to say, I would really love it if you would check this out and tell me what you think. There's also an opportunity to win something, to win some free superfoods, but you want to give them that idea that like, I really value your opinion as who you are in the community and where you stand. And I would love to get your like exalted opinion on this thing that I'm doing. Right? So that's a very disarming way to invite people. And then you can send them the link. Or if it's someone that you're really close with, you could be like, hey girl, I'm going to jump in on this giveaway. I thought that you'd be interested. Let's do it. Like, I want to see you on the live, right? Just keep it really brief and then send them the link. Okay? Keep it super short. You're not going to send them like, hello, so-and-so, like, I was thinking that you would be interested in this amazing opportunity. It's just an alignment with your values because we're eco-conscious and we have spirulina and I know that you really love LA and that's where the company is based and blah, 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 right? We're going to keep it like clean, short, just like how you would send someone a link to like a clothing swap or a raw chocolate dessert party or whatever it is. Like, hey, check this out. There's like this awesome giveaway happening. Sometimes I'll do a blog post on my page that's like, I've done them that have said, when we've done just the superfoods giveaway, like, who's down to win $300 worth of free superfoods today? Drop an emoji below and I'll get like all these emojis. And then of course I don't actually get around inviting them all to the thing because I'm like running around doing all kinds of other stuff, but you want to make sure that you send them all the invitation. So take this time. I want to give you guys all 15 minutes after this call to actually go ahead and start conversations with people on your list and send them the link and invite them to jump on. Okay. You can write you can do a little post on your wall. If you do a post, keep it short and sweet and like exciting, right? And let's load up this giveaway. This is amazing. Like, it's a huge value giveaway. And I know so many people that I would love to see win. I'm telling them, I would love to see you win. I want to see you win, right? So just, keep it light, keep it open. And most importantly is staying in that space inside of yourself where you are in that inner posture of like, this is worth 6 figures a year to you. Like, who can I hire? Who are the people that are the people in my life that I would entrust with the most important thing to me that I have? Okay, link. There's the link. All right, you guys, we have 5 minutes for comments and questions. I'm sorry. Totally went on and on and on this morning. Anybody got any questions or comments or suggestions or anything, stories? You're going to have to unmute yourself if you're new. Oh, Amy, I see your hand up.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I figured it out. Okay, I just wanted to say hi. I'm new. I just purchased my launch pack a couple of weeks ago, or right when it first came out. And anyways, I'm really excited to be part of the community. Totally out of my comfort zone here, but I have 2 kids and just found out that there's 2 more on the way. So, and we're about to move this year. So there's a lot of changes coming up, and I'm really grateful to have been welcomed into this community and have these amazing calls every day so I can kind of have this as my constant among all these changes. So I just want to say thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm like, welcome, and thank you so much for sharing. And it's beautiful. We're here to support you. And who did you come through? Do you know who your diamond is? Your up-team diamond?
Yeah, so I'm under Jessica Baring, who's under Kristen Bastiles and Alec. Yeah, so
Awesome.
Just been hooked in. I'm a yoga teacher part-time, so having all these really like-minded people is just mind-blowing. So
Awesome.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yay, beautiful. Well, I look forward to seeing some of your invited people on our Facebook Live this afternoon too. That's going to be exciting. So thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to jump in and introduce yourself or ask any questions?
Hi, my name is Lilania, or Lily.
Hey.
And I actually came through Monica, and I loved that story so much because I actually went to the first meeting with Monica. She was like, hey, my friend told me about this Purium thing, and I don't know what it's really about, but, it's about superfoods, so let's go check it out. And I'm like, cool, that sounds like fun, let's go. And so we went, and I was super fired up the first time. I think that my mindset wasn't really prepared for just overcoming the initial blocks that I had around my finances. And, I've been keeping my eye on Purium this whole time, and I've gone to some of Dave Sandoval's meetings here on Maui and always felt such a strong, desire to get involved more. And, especially for the movement aspect of it, it's so in alignment with, everything that I've studied spiritually in, we are creators and we have the power to overcome these blocks and move this energy to create ultimate prosperity in our life. And yet I still hadn't got there. And Monica, she's really just one of my best friends, and she's just stuck with me, as an ally beyond just, trying to support me in getting involved in this movement. She's always been there and checked in on me, and so that's been really awesome. But I feel like if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here today, and I just really want to honor her and thank her for just her consistent willingness to be like, look, girl, if the block is simply just the linear aspect or the mundane aspect of going online and getting the products with your credit card right now because you're 6 months pregnant, you're just like, can't think that way. I'll do it for you. You can pay me back. And like, we did it, and I paid her back the next day. And it was just like, I just needed that initial support and help to get there. And I'm so grateful, and I'm so fired up, and I'm so inspired. And, you know, always having been someone who's really, you know, a believer, and once you take that leap and once you take that step, like the universe conspires to help you and support you. And, you know, I feel like, especially for us mamas, like, especially like as I'm growing my baby, I don't even have the products yet. I've tried a couple of the products here and there, but I haven't actually got to do any of the program. And so today I'm really excited to go onto the live call personally, and also, you know, say my why I would like to win the core 4, and, you know, so that I can come more from experience. And I'm just really grateful and excited to be part of this community and to explore how I can develop myself and be an ally to others. And what an amazing, you know, very unique and authentic, you know, company that is changing people's lives, not just through healthy products, but through helping people, you know, release the old paradigms and constructs of their mind of what they're capable of doing. So I'm just like really, really excited about all of the aspects of this company. And it's so cool that there's so much support. So thank you all for, you know, being willing to support each other and to step up to something that you believe in. And I'm really excited about it. So thank you so much, Sarah, for today.
Aw, thank you and welcome. And yes, you can see, like, we just have this whole trajectory that was just laid out for us, right? So she was there. I think that was the time that I came to Maui, like back years ago, to like try to like help Monica get her thing off the ground, and it still took a while. And you know, and here we all are together. So never give up on people, and never give up on yourself, because you never know when someone's going to have been watching long enough, or something's going to change in their life, or all of a sudden they're just going to get that breakthrough, and they're going to call you up and say, okay, I'm ready. Right. And so you want to be ready for them. You want to be ready to welcome them and to support them and to be in the frequency. So thank you, Lelania. And thank you, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and close out the call. But before I do, I want to just, again, encourage and invite each of you to send this invitation with a person, you know, to send, like, start opening up a bunch of Facebook messages and text messages. And when you get a response back, or if it's someone who you're really close to and you want to just send them the link with a little short message, but have at least 5 people who confirm that they will be there. Okay, you have 1 hour to get 5 confirmations and bring 5 people. And if you bring 5 people to that event, you're going to have at least 2 launch packs that come through, guaranteed. So have fun, you guys. Excite, and then invite. You got to keep them excited. And I'm excited. I love you all. I'm also going to be leading the vision call tonight. So that's at 4 o'clock Hawaii, 6 o'clock California time. I'll post the information on that in the threads. And I hope to see you all there. Love you. Aloha.